Welcome to the Crazy Town Podcast. I'm Jonas.
And I'm TNT Dynamite, the explosive one. Let's crack into another one.
TNT. I hear you got some Switch news for us.
Jonas, man, me and you have a very, very good pass with the Switch, man. We played through The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, probably one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
Okay.
Constantly in contention with Ghost of Tsushima, which we are currently playing on the channel. But the Switch has met its end. It's the end of the console. It's been, I believe, 10 years since.
It's been out a long time.
Yeah, it's been like 10 or 13 years. I can't remember. I did write it in here somewhere. But it's been a long time since Nintendo has dropped a new console. They decided to release the Switch 2.
Okay. Why do I want it?
Why do you want it? All right, so
I mean, they have a Switch. What's the Switch 2 doing to me?
let's just go over the Nintendo Direct, which I did watch the Nintendo Direct. Some very cool looking games. A lot of them just like Japanese stuff.
Wait, what is that?
Nintendo Direct is like their Eve. What do you call it? Like their little own E. They got rid of E3 and all the consoles kind of do their own thing.
Oh,
where they show
okay,
off,
gotcha.
consoles
Okay.
and games. So Nintendo Direct is the name of the Nintendo one. So there are some very cool games. The new Mario Kart is kind of like an open world Mario Kart.
I heard that. I can't even conceptualize that.
It's crazy. So you like driving around the map. It kind of reminds me of there was a game for PlayStation, Xbox that was like that, where you like had cars and you could like rank up your car and you could just drive around.
ATV Off-Road Fury?
No, it wasn't ATV Off-Road.
That was a fun game.
I don't remember what it was called. It was like the League or something. I don't remember. But either way, throughout the entire of the Nintendo Direct, they never once mentioned the price of the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, I heard what it was.
Or the pricing of the games for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, I didn't hear what that was.
So, at the end of it, you were able to go to a website, and on their own website, once you scroll down, you find out that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going for $449.
Okay. I mean, that's how much an Xbox is.
It is how much an Xbox is. But when you look at the pricing of the Switch 1, which was $299 when it came out, this is a little bit of a jump in price. Now, there's also a bundle involved where you can get the new Super Mario Kart World for an extra $50 thrown on the game. So $500 for the bundle. But you obviously you want the launch title game.
Yeah.
But that didn't tell us how much the actual games were going to cost.
Okay.
How much the actual game? How much are these actual games? This is where a lot of the community is in an uproar. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard a little bit about it. It turns out that digital copies of games will be running you $80.
Oh, the non.
The one you don't own. The one
Okay.
you don't own. The one that's just pixels inside of your hard drive. Yes. And then physical copies for games, if you actually want to purchase the game and own it, $90.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We're getting up there, man. Now, there's already some games that have already broke kind of like the glass ceiling when we went from the whole $59.9 to $60 games to the $70 games.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of those. There's been talks in the works about the new GTA even being upwards to $100.
Yeah,
to purchase.
well, because they're probably gonna. They're gonna have like free stuff forever.
One would hope.
I mean,
One would
GTA
hope.
5 had free stuff for however many years.
I mean, brother, there was once a day where we would just buy the game and we just had a game.
I remember.
You remember those days when you just buy the game, you just have the game?
The one thing I will say is at least Nintendo puts out complete games most of the time.
That's true. That's true.
Like, it's not like Xbox where you put out a game and it's like half a game.
That's true.
And then you got to buy all the deals. You end up paying $200 for your Xbox game.
That's true. But there's even more.
Oh my God, what's happening?
So backwards compatibility. I'm just naming off some of the pain points for me after learning some of the intricacies of the way the system's going to operate. So as far as backwards compatible game, it will be backwards compatible with some titles. That's every system whenever they upgrade. But they will also have a version that is backwards compatible with updated graphics.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And that is going to cost you too, my man. Get ready to pay for everything. So if you want your game title with updated graphics, it's going to cost you The controllers are going to cost you about another $90.
Wait, why do you need a controller to play with better graphics?
Just because if you want extra Joy-Cons, Joy-Cons.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So Joy-Cons are going to run you $90. Now the Joy-Cons are a lot better. They have like mouse capabilities.
Are they bigger?
They are bigger. Everything's bigger. In fact, it has like what is it? A 7-inch. What do you call that?
Oh, so it's like it's like a true tablet.
7.9-inch screen, 1080p, 120 hertz. It's not OLED. It does look a lot like a tablet. It's a lot sturdier. The controllers hook on with like a magnet instead of like the sliding mechanism.
Okay.
Brother, I don't know. It seems it's like a lot of the community is like the price of this console isn't so bad, and these are like the fanboys. For me, I think that $400 for a Switch that can't compare to the power of like the newest Nintendo, the newest Xbox and the newest PlayStation is not worth the money. It just seems like the Switch is for the portability. All right.
For the poor?
What's that?
The poor's ability?
No, no, the poors can't buy it. The poors have lost the ability.
Oh, gotcha.
You can't function with it anymore. But it's for the portability. You like to be able to take it on a plane, take it on a trip. I take it to, if you're going to visit family or something, it's easy to carry around with you. But I don't know, man. $400 for a system.
I am going to finally buy a Switch 1.
This is the thing, is that Nintendo doesn't come down on prices either.
Yeah, but somebody's going to be selling their Switch to buy a Switch 2.
I bought my Switch 1 for full price.
Yeah, but the 2 isn't out yet.
It's not going to go down.
Somebody's selling it for
You're going to have to buy a used one. Is
that
what you want to do?
That's fine.
I'm not buying a refurb. You're going to buy a refurbished?
A used, like buy it off Craigslist.
Used and refurbished are like interchangeable as far as I'm concerned. In fact, I think refurbished is probably worse.
Yeah,
refurbished is always worse. Right?
That means it broke once and somebody fixed it. Yeah, I don't know, man. My opinion is that's a lot for a portable. If you're going to do something portable, why don't you buy a Steam Deck for $500 and play any game you want, other than Nintendo games that aren't $80?
Yeah, it's $90 if you want to buy the physical. So there's a lot of people saying is that this may, if they get away, I wouldn't say get away with it, but if like the consumer allows them to continue to this type of pricing, it could affect the price for games for everyone.
Oh yeah, well yeah, no. I mean, precedent will be set. It's like when they started charging for clothes on the Microsoft thing. But I'm telling you, man, PlayStation 6, $1,000, $100 games.
Brother,
it's just going to be like you're buying a PC now.
I thought that the original price hike was because, games are taking more to make and we're not making enough money. But then you already have, like you said, microtransactions and pay DLCs and battle passes. We have all these other ways that the gaming industry is making money off of you, and yet they're still trying to jack the price up. In this case, another $40.
Yeah, one thing, like Nintendo doesn't have a lot of microtransactions, does it?
No, not so much.
Like
really.
Nintendo keeps,
but they don't really DLC
old school vibe. They're like, here's a complete game. Like if I bought a game and it was complete and it cost me $100, I'd be okay with that. And there's no microtransactions and there's no DLC. Like I'd be okay with that because like if you buy a game, like any game, you pay $60. Then they're all like, oh, JK, here's 7 DLCs that all cost you $20. So there's $140 more. You're paying $200 for the game.
Brother, I don't understand why you would have a whole press conference and not be like transparent about it, though.
Because they know people are mad.
So
yeah, it's like
regardless of all of that, people not gonna take it sitting down.
No, man. But I think that people are gonna buy it because people have money and people want the game and their kids want it. And
I've been on the Nintendo subreddits a little bit this week, and after the Nintendo Direct, and a lot of people are like, the price of the system is not the issue. The price of the games is insane, and they're like,
what if you buy a game and it sucks? You spent $100 on a game because $90 plus tax is basically $100.
Yeah, $80 plus taxes, basically.
Yeah. And you buy it and it's ass. You're like, oh, I'm driving my Koopa shell car around the entire world in this Mario Kart game that nobody wants to play.
I will say is that it is a very cool system. It has integrated like chat system, so you can chat with other people on their Nintendo Switch 2s. There's a camera that actually like crops out your background, and it'll have you kind of looking like you're a streamer, just like on your game. And if your friends are around playing, I don't know who the hell's gonna do that. Nobody.
Oh, a bunch of people, man. Kids.
It is 4K resolution when docked.
All right, cool.
We don't know too much about the battery life. We don't know if it's going to have similar issues with the Joy-Con drift. Yeah, it has a lot of cool features. I do not know if it is for me, though.
I mean, it took you forever to buy the Switch 1.
It did.
So, I mean, like, I feel like you'll get one in 6 years.
We got to see what the new Zelda's looking like. I have a Switch, man. I'm looking at it right here. I'm looking at it.
And you play one game on it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, just a side note that has nothing to do with anything we said.
Yeah.
I was on an airplane yesterday, and the guy next to me was playing Balatro on his cell phone. And
Hell yeah!
I was like, yeah! So,
it's a good feeling, man.
anyways, all right. That's all the time we have for today's episode. Please make sure to like and subscribe. For Jonas,
TNT.
we out.